The Queen of Soul is making a comeback, and it'll include DTE Energy Theater in Detroit. August 25th is one of at least 5 shows she's scheduled so far. You remember 5 months after that mysterious series of hospitalizations for Michigan's Aretha Franklin, she's making a comeback. She looks thinner a little bit, but she's going to be performing May 19th in Chicago. She's got a show in Niagara Falls, Virginia, and Toronto. That's all through the summer. Not on a row. There's lots of time in between, but August 25th, she'll finally be back performing in her hometown. Now, you got to cross your fingers with Aretha Franklin, because the last time she had a Detroit show at DTE in 2007, she canceled 2 days ahead of time because she was concerned about heat exhaustion. So I don't know why they put it in August again. It's going to be hot for sure. Hot topics around the state for sure right now include former State Senator Jason Allen, the Senior Deputy Director for Veterans Affairs in our American Metal Roof studio. Great to see you again.
Thank you, my friend, and I really appreciate you allowing us to be on your show this morning.
Do you watch with some measure of interest what's going on with the Republican House, Republican Senate, and Republican Governor?
Certainly do, and it's been a great opportunity to sort of sit from afar and see some of the activities going on. And I give the marks to the freshmen. When you take a look at it, out of the, I believe, 66 freshman members of the legislature, I think they're doing the best that they can under some very tough economic times. I've had the opportunity to talk to several of the different committee chairmen, and they've been impressed with sort of the direction that they're heading.
What's been the biggest surprise, you think, so far as you watch from, as you say, a distance?
Well, I think probably the challenge that they're facing is that there have been so many issues that have come up on such a broad spectrum. The budget, the whole issue of where they're headed with taxes, and I think what the policies that they're laying out may have a lot of merit. And then the challenges on where our state is headed. And I've been very impressed with sort of what they've been doing.
Mitt Romney made a bit of a gaffe, I guess, the other day. He said that Barack Obama's spending was the largest peacetime spending increase in history, and then everybody said, wait a minute, we're not exactly at peacetime here. So you don't have to tell veterans that we're not at peacetime. Right. I'm sure they're paying attention from afar, like you're watching what goes on at the Capitol.
Absolutely, and what my current job is that the areas that we've been working on is we have 2 wonderful homes, one in your Grand Rapids area, which I know you guys have been supportive of over the years, and then in the Marquette area. We also have a $50 million trust fund. One of the things I wanted to talk about today were veterans benefits that are available to citizens throughout the state of Michigan that we sometimes forget about. One of those areas is aid and attendance, and this is primarily for folks that would have incomes under about $30,000 a year, but either one, the spouse or the living heir, are qualifying for help in nursing homes if they have needs. That also helps pay for assistance if they need to have assistance come into their homes. And one of the areas that Michigan is down on is folks applying for this, partially because of the lack of understanding that those dollars are available.
They just don't know.
Correct. And so we've been out working very diligently to bring attention, to World War II families, Korean families, Vietnam families, that those types of benefits are available. The easiest way to do this is to call your local county counselor. So if you're in Petoskey or Greenville or Traverse City or Lansing, just get on the phone, look up in the county government veterans benefits, and they can help you go through the sort of bureaucracy to get that assistance.
Those are need-based?
Generally speaking, there are several different levels. On the healthcare side, they are available for actual, if you got loss of hearing because you're on a fighter crew, you're exposed to Agent Orange, or because of need-based with the drugs. And that's if you're in poverty or are struggling to make ends meet, those dollars are available. On the aids and attendance, those are definitely needs-based.
There might be a veteran listening right now who says, yeah, well, that's complicated. By the time I get, maybe it's too much. Is that how they feel sometimes?
That is correct. And I can't fix the bureaucracy in Washington. But there are challenges, and we have a great counseling system. One is through, like in Ingham County, just go and talk with them. They will call up your records, get those documents put together. The other way is to talk to your local VFW, American Legion, Marine Corps League posts, and they have counselors available also.
What's step one then for a veteran who might be listening right now, or somebody who's going to go tell their grandpa about what they heard?
Make the call. Then the next thing is
who do you call?
I would either call your county veterans counselor, and I know you because of such a broad base of listeners. Each one of the counties in the state of Michigan, about 70 out of the 86 have a counselor.
How do you find that person?
In the yellow pages of the telephone book, just go to county government. And there's generally in each one of the counties, they have a list of veterans benefits. or Veterans Services or Veterans Trust Fund. Just look that up in the phone book and say, I'd like to make an appointment. Then at that point in time, you will take either your veteran or at least get the time and service. You will need either a Social Security number or something, and they will help you go through the bureaucracy.
And you find out what's available.
Correct.
Because you may not know.
Right. I mean, we just found out that they expanded the scope of Agent Orange because of the in Korea during the Vietnam War. They were using it, so that helps you qualify for those disabilities.
Is there a website?
We're working on that, sir. We're also trying to uptick our awareness by coming on programs like yourself. We are also trying to get a Droid site. California has gotten downloadable applications, and all in the next few months we'll bring those forward.
Wow, this is part of your charge in your new assignment.
Yes.
Do our veterans, because I presume you speak to many more of them now than you might have before, do they feel appreciated on the whole?
I think when you start taking a look at the kids coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, I've been very impressed with how Michigan citizens have respected them. And, you know, we've got units out of the Michigan National Guard that are in Afghanistan right now. There's been broad-based support for them. When we have, we're now, unfortunately, just had our 201th death of Michigan citizens in Iraq and Afghanistan. And, you know, the outpouring of support from communities like South Lyon, Grayling, or Gaylord are just wonderful.
When that terrible news comes, how does the family get that news? And does the governor call every family?
The governor has carried that tradition on, and I'm aware that he's made those calls in this term, and that is just a very, very difficult conversation to have. Generally, the process goes is that you are notified by the Department of Defense, and then the family will make a decision when they would like that released to the public.
And then you have been at some of the homecomings too, I take it?
Very humbling.
That must be something.
When you start taking a look at these kids and what they're doing, what they've done to protect us, we should be very grateful every day.
Yeah. Well, again, if you're a veteran listening, step one is to call your county government.
Correct, sir.
Ask them, who do I talk to? Where do I go?
Right.
And the people at the county level are trained to steer them in the right
Correct.
direction.
We have a broad-based training system. They just came back for training last month to go through some of the upgrades of some of the characteristics, the disability changes. Now you can go to go to michigan.gov/veterans. We have a list of all those county counselors on the website. And they will help you, and we also have those contacts for the VFW and the American Legion.
All right, great to see you again.
Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it.
Welcome back to Michigan. I know you got down to the Southern Peninsula with
It was
your
wonderful.
family.
We had a great time, and Meredith and Amanda had a ball at Epcot.
Oh, see, that's terrific. They have a great way of mixing entertainment and education there, don't
Wonderful.
they?
I encourage
Special
everybody
stuff.
to go.
That's former Senator Jason Allen from Traverse City, now the Deputy Director for Veterans Affairs here in the state of Michigan. It's Michael Patrick Shields. When we get back, if you'll please stay with me, the Senate Democratic leader, Gretchen Whitmer, will be with us. She's fit to be tied, if I can say that. Back in a flash.